$61,492.57. That is the exact amount of revenue that this channel generated in 2023 based on my Google AdSense as well as affiliate income and then for digital file sales. If that's the only reason you clicked on this video, that is the number. Thank you very much. Please like the video on the way out. It really does help out the channel. In this video, I'll be breaking down my 3 main revenue streams as well as pitting them against last year so that you can see the growth that I saw in 365 days. And then I'll be breaking down my hourly rate as a YouTuber. Thank you all very much for putting up with me putting those numbers in every single video of 2023. After that, I'll reveal my earnings on a video that did 1.5 million views, how that affected me, and how much money that brought in. After that, I'll have 8 pieces of advice for people looking to grow on YouTube. I'll even talk about contracts and NDAs and things that you deal with brands and all that kind of stuff. Then I have one small gripe with YouTube that I think that they could be doing better and implement it in 2024. I really hope that they do. And then I'll finish up this video with a viral video that I know will work. I'll talk about the thumbnail, I'll talk about the title, and why specifically it will do well and why I will never be making that video. In 2023, my Google AdSense revenue is $12,635.59. When you watch an ad on YouTube, I get a very small percentage of that. If you pay for YouTube Premium, I get a very small percentage of what the AdSense would have been if you watch my video. In 2022, I made $5,386.13, which is a 235%-ish growth, and I'm pretty happy with that. And almost half of that Google AdSense came from that one video that I just talked about that did 1.5 million views. We'll get into that in a little bit. But overall, I was very pleased with the amount of money that I made. I got pretty comfortable with making around $800 to $900 a month, and then it really dropped off at the end of the year because I stopped posting. When I look at 2023, I kind of look at it as the year of fear. 2022 was definitely like exploration and fun. 2023 was definitely like fear and just looking around and calculating things. Really excited about 2024 because I definitely have a hardcore plan, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, so next up is affiliate partnerships, and the total is $11,489.83. That's split between Amazon and then other like tool brands that I've done on the channel, and specifically when just understanding how Amazon affiliate works, maybe you like this microphone specifically, let's say it's $250. Well, I'm getting 3% kickback off of that, which makes like what, like $7 maybe $8. Affiliate income really does grow over time, and it's really important. I did not go very hard into affiliates this year, so I'm very pleased with the over $11,000 that it did. Last year, it did $5,451.40, so we pretty much doubled it, which was a 211% growth. All right, so the third way that my YouTube channel generates revenue is through digital file sales. I did $37,367.15 worth of sales on digital file stuff. Now, my channel revolves around CNC woodworking, and CNC machines can take digital files and all types of stuff, so people supported me by buying the files. But I also launched a few courses, beginner stuff or CNC things, and then I also did a few one-on-one trainings. That was really great because I'm very thankful that those people supported me, but at the same time, it's a very finite interaction. With digital files, I can create that, and it's infinitely scalable. As many people as want to can buy that digital file that I've created. One-on-one trainings, it is, I sit down, I talk with that person, and I might have another 15 people who are going to be asking those questions just in a little bit different way. And I really do feel like I shine on one-on-one interactions, which are a lot easier and better for me than courses, but like I said, it's not very scalable. So with all that being said, I found out that the easiest way for me to be able to provide all these things for people is through a service called CNC with Me. So check out cncwithme.com if you have a CNC machine and you're interested, because I'm super pumped about it. But that's not what this video is about, so we'll be moving on to the next thing. Last year in 2025, I did $14,389.58. So that was a 227% growth from 2022 to 2023. Very, very thankful for all the digital file stuff, for all the people who did reach out and wanted to know a little bit more and do the one-on-one trainings. That was incredible. I'm so grateful for every single one of y'all. Massively life-changing as far as being able to have a full-time income on YouTube. A lot of that is from digital file sales. So thank you very much. My hourly rate essentially was $25.97. How I broke that down was the amount of time that I spent right now filming in front of the camera, and then the amount of time that I spent in front of the computer editing. When I look at 2023 overall, for filming, it was 258 hours, and then editing, it was 229 hours. The average was 8.5 hours for filming, and then 7.2 hours for editing. Like I said, the hourly rate for all that comes down to $25.97, and that's just for my Google AdSense AdSense income. That doesn't talk about anything else on the channel, and is actually considerably higher than I thought it would be. That is spread over 32 videos of the year, and some of those videos took 3 hours, some of those videos took 90 hours. It's really hard to equate, but I did think that it was really important to put that in. I'm not going to be doing it going forward in 2024, but I hope that it was helpful for some of y'all out there who might be looking at YouTube as a career or a side hustle or something like that. Okie dokie, so I had a video that did 1.5 million views, and I just want to break that down pretty quickly. That video in particular right now has earned a little bit over $5,000, and right now, months later, it is still bringing in $5 a day. So if you look at a video that is very like widespread, no, it doesn't have to be viral, but if it consistently gets views, that really can grow. And if you have 20 of those videos, all of a sudden that's $100 a day from Google AdSense, and that's real income. So yeah, that over $5,000 pretty much was about half of my YouTube AdSense. That video also brought the channel a little bit over 16,000 subscribers and is still bringing in subscribers right now. That's the great part about YouTube. It's kind of like real estate. You just have like very tiny little houses that are bringing in a little bit of income. You just need to make sure that those houses are long-term, right? They don't just exist for a second and then go away. I specifically learned a ton about that video. I don't know if that's what I want to pursue, is going huge on YouTube anymore, or just having like an amount of people that really enjoy like my channel. It's so interesting. I'll go into that in the rule of 30% in a little while, but yeah, very thankful for it. I wouldn't not have it. Do I want it every single time? I don't know. It really looks great from the outside to advertisers specifically. We had just a massive uptick in people reaching out to give me free stuff. And then a bunch of people that I haven't talked to since like high school were like, what is this, Hamilton? It turns out 1.5 million people is a lot of people. I can't really quantify that, but I saw a guy in Costco the other day just looking at me really weird, and I was like, does dude want to fight? No, I am still not used to the fact that there are that many people out in the world who've seen a video of mine that probably do recognize me in public. I had shot the video like 5 times because at that time in life I thought in order to be like real, I needed to not script anything, and I just needed to like talk from the heart in my videos. It's really dumb. I script things. I just script them now with bullet points. I don't do exact words because my brain doesn't work like that. But if you don't have a reason why your video exists and you don't have a way to be able to lead somebody through the video, people aren't going to follow you. We got birds chirping now. All right, the 8 pieces of advice for YouTube growth. Number 1, you're a service. There's no way around it. I wish that somebody would have told me this at the very beginning. If you're posting videos online, you are a billboard. You are posting a video for something. You're advertising. Understand what you're advertising. It's as simple as that. It doesn't mean that you're like selling out. It just means that you're already doing something, and if you're not capitalizing on the fact that you're drawing attention to something and have no reason about why you're drawing attention to that, you are doing yourself a disservice. It doesn't mean that you're selling out or that you have to like screw people over or anything, but if you're providing information or entertainment or value in any specific way, you need to understand how that is serving you. If it's serving your mental health, great. If it's serving your community, great. If it's serving you monetarily, awesome. There are so many different ways to do it, but I wish that somebody at the very beginning would have said, Hamilton, you're putting videos on the internet, which there's not a ton of. I know that that's like a hot take, but like there's so many things to create videos about, and so many things that have not been created. So if you are creating videos and you are putting yourself out there on the internet, understand that you are a service. People do expect that from you in some specific way. I have had so many people reach out to me and get mad at me for the free videos that I put because I didn't provide them with more. So I was very confused about that during 2022 and 2023, which is why 2024, I have to set up something. I have to be able to have somewhere for those people to go to be able to get the information that they need, because otherwise I'm just going to be dealing with people every single day emailing me that I can't respond to. I do not have enough time in the day. I could spend all day, every single day, communicating with people about all of this stuff, and it's just impossible. You have to realize that people do expect something from you, and if you are not giving those people the thing that they are expecting, they're not going to come back. So everybody talks about the YouTube algorithm and how that works. A YouTube algorithm is a helpful thing to be able to serve people. So if you're not serving people in a way where they show up to your channel to be able to get laughs or be able to learn something as far as like how to draw on their iPad, if you're not providing that to people in a way that is easily digestible, they're not going to stick around. The 10% rule. Specifically when I post a video, If it does not meet 10% click-through rate from my normal audience, it's not gonna do well, 100%. I've never had a video that got like 4% click-through rate and then a few days later just shoot through the roof. If your audience does not wanna click on the video that you have, people who are not your audience are not going to click on the video that you have. So when I look at the 10% rule, it's if I have a video and in the first hour it's reaching 7%, I'm going to change the thumbnail, I'm going to change the title, one or the other or both. Just because you're excited about something does not mean that your audience is going to be excited about something. So if they're scrolling on their TV or their phone or they get a notification and that notification says Hamilton uploaded a video, it says 2023 revenue breakdown. I know that a lot of my viewers are gonna click on that video because I talked about it all year long. Hey, how much money did I make? I don't know. How much is my hourly rate? I don't know. I talked about it a lot, so I know people are gonna click on this video. But what keeps them watching? Clearly defined video structure. At the very beginning of this video I talked about, these are the things that I'm going to be talking about, these are the things that I'm going to be doing. I'm setting up expectations because even though this video is free online, you're asking people to pay for it with their time. I can't tell you how many videos I made this year and I poured my heart and soul into them and I really enjoyed them, and then the people who watch my channel were like, this ain't great, bud. And then that video tops out at 4,000 views. And then the stupid whiskey smoker video that I made months ago did more views that single day than that other video did in its entire lifetime. Make sure you're making videos that people want to watch. All right, and then my 30% rule. If you don't have a 30% or maybe even a third of your subscriber base watching the last 6 videos that you've posted, you probably need to make some type of a change. Right now, when I post a video, I should be able to count on around 15,000, 20,000 people to be able to watch my video. Right now, I can count on around 4,000 to 8,000, which is great. That's super awesome. But when looking at YouTube as a business, that's not great. You know, as like a person, Hamilton, being able to create stuff and have other people to share and community-wise, that's great. Business-wise, not great. So I don't know if that's like a hard and fast rule, but that's something I've noticed. Number 4, you have to show your audience how they can invest in you. There's a difference between asking people to support you and invest in you. If I'm sitting here saying like, oh, my channel's not doing well, blah, 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 you need to support me, like, please buy my files because my family needs money. A lot of people are going to be like, this dude sucks, and they're going to move on. But if you're saying, I'm going to be providing X, Y, and Z to you, these are the things that I'm going to be doing this year, whether that is community interaction or some type of series that you're doing on your channel. Giving people a reason to show up and just watch your video is so huge. Thinking of how can I get people to invest in my channel and in me, instead of how can I get people to support what I'm currently doing, and knowing where you're going is a huge game changer when it concerns being able to plan out where you want to go with your channel. Number 5, community is beyond important. Networking is something that I've never really cared too much about personally, but I've seen just the massive need for it. Because pretty much if you are big on Instagram or a YouTuber or something like that, like everybody's kind of in the same place. They're sitting on their back porch just talking to a camera just like this, alone. And being able to talk to other people, run past ideas with them is huge. Last year I went to a convention, it's called Workbench Con, and it's specifically geared towards makers who are creating content and putting it online. And it was so nice meeting so many people. I certainly can't list everybody, y'all know who you are. I'm so thankful for all of y'all and for putting up with old Hamilton, just sitting there being like, how are you making money? Tell me all of these different things. Why are people interacting in this way? Why do people hate this? You know, like, and people have so many different things that they care about with YouTube and reasons why they're creating videos that it's so nice to talk to as many as possible. All right, number 6, we're gonna talk about NDAs and contracts and stuff. So more views equal more opportunities, no doubt about it. So when brands reach out and they're like, hey, I've got an NDA and I'd like for you to sign this because there's some opportunities that we would like to talk with you about. I'm a big fan of that. Sign the NDA. I've signed probably a dozen in the last year because I'm just interested in what people want to do. And of course, I'm not going to tell other people what those people are doing or anything, but you know, it's just so much fun. I have landed myself into some weird areas last year that are continuing through this next year that I'm just super stoked on. If you're one of those people out there and you're watching this video, thanks. All right, so then brand contracts. I have signed contracts with brands that I'm super pleased with, that were great, you know, and I've signed contracts with brands that I was not pleased with. I've signed contracts that I feel like I didn't fully deliver on what they wanted, and they were fine with it because they were fine with the content being out there, and then other brands I feel like I've delivered, and then they didn't feel like I delivered. I know that next year I'm really going to shy away from contracts specifically. I learned a ton, very glad that I did all those things. It was one of those things that I don't feel like I would have learned unless I did it myself. I did it myself. I learned. Probably not doing more contracts. The second that somebody sees growth and potential, they're looking to capitalize on your growth and potential in some type of way. Understand what you're willing to give people because they will take as much as you're willing to give. All right, number 7, clearly define why a video exists and what somebody's getting from it. At the very beginning of this video, you saw a thumbnail, you clicked on it, boom, that's the number, and then I clearly defined this is what this video is going to entail. These are the things that you're going to learn, and then it will be over. There's so much value in being able to give somebody the thing that you promised them as quickly as possible so that they feel satiated in that desire, and then you give them a little bit more to say, hey, and this is also what we're about to get into. Hopefully that information is good enough to keep them there because they're already there. All right, and then number 8, you don't get what you don't ask for. So I know that it's like a huge meme about like and subscribe, but if you don't tell people to like your video, they're not gonna like your video unless they really like you as a person and they're like, I'm supporting them. If you don't give them a reason to talk to you in the comments, they're not going to say something in the comments. They're just not. So ask people to subscribe, to like, to comment. Y'all should be doing that right now down in the comments. All right, so second to last, my one issue with YouTube, when I said comment, some people might comment something helpful and put like a link to be able to support their comment. YouTube automatically deletes any type of links that come on there, which they should. I 100% agree with. I think that when that comment gets deleted, YouTube should be having like a little pop-up that says, hey, you included a link. We don't allow that here on YouTube except for the original posting author, so your comment got deleted. I've had so many people reach out to me because they were spamming links in my comments trying to be helpful, like helpful forum links and stuff. And then they're like, Hamilton, you keep on deleting my stuff. I've been supporting you forever. And then I don't see that for a few days because people reach out to me everywhere. People reach out to me on LinkedIn. Why do they do that? If YouTube, you would just tell the people that you're deleting their comments instead of I'm deleting their comments, it would be so helpful. All right, and then lastly, the video that I think that somebody should create. I made this thumbnail, I made this title. So the title is Where to Find Illegal Workers and Saving Breakdowns. Hopefully you just had some type of a reaction to that. Maybe it's disgust for me, maybe it's interest, maybe you laughed a little bit, maybe it's you feel like I am talking about you. When making a YouTube video, you want somebody to feel something the second that they're presented with the information that you have. That's why your thumbnail and your title is so important. Because when somebody's scrolling through YouTube, they have no idea who you are as a creator, and then they see that, they think, oh, wow. Well, every city. Well, that is now applying to me. The title is short and sweet, and it provokes some stuff, right? Illegal workers. By the way, we're going to be doing a savings breakdown. Now, if somebody clicks on that video, there's so many different ways you can do it. You could take a yes theory approach and do like a documentary and like how people are being exploited. Or you could be standing in your backyard and say, I've got 2 trees. I'm going to pay a service that I found, through the newspaper to come and do this, and then I'm going to find some illegal workers and get them to do this, and I'm going to tell y'all the cost savings breakdown about who was doing what, how much everything cost. And I can guarantee you there are a ton of people in this world that want to watch that video because they're mad, or because they're happy, or because they're just genuinely curious about what's happening. And if you are able to create videos that invoke that type of reaction, you will get views. The issue is that the type of video that you want to be creating? For the majority of people, I would say yes. For me, I would say no, because I don't see that as sustainable long term. For me personally, I now have a 3- and 5-year plan about what I want to do with my YouTube channel, where it's going. And if I get views, that's really, really great. But I specifically am building out an entire library that I think I'm going to be much more proud of, and I'm certainly going to have a lot more fun doing. So if that's the type of video that you want to create, 100% do it. I think about that stuff all the time, and probably every single person who posts on YouTube thinks about that kind of stuff all the time. Most importantly, if you didn't hear anything from this video, you're advertising when you put a video on YouTube, whether you like it or not. Figure out how that advertisement is going to serve you best as a creator. Next year will be the last year that I did this YouTube breakdown. My first year of being monetized, I viewed that, like I said, as exploration. Second year of monetized was really rough. And then I want to say that the third year is going to be the last year saying, I learned all these things, now I'm implementing it. And what does that look like? It might be a big amount of money, it might be a small amount of money, but regardless, this year I am very, very proud. It's huge, and it's all thanks to people like y'all willing to watch and willing to interact with me. Oh, my coffee is now cold. My hands are cold. I need to go edit this video. If the audio is good, link down in the description. Might get $7. Comment down below. Bye.